Don't let its small size fool you. Spotting it is often harder than you might think, because some creatures are masters of hiding, and that skill makes them even harder to spot. But the brown recluse spider has an interesting trait that sets it apart from other species. Unlike most spiders, it doesn't spin a web to hunt. Why? The answer to that question is coming up. But first, we need to understand why this species is so remarkable. This spider's bite often goes completely unnoticed. After a while, a distinct, slowly spreading effect begins in the area it touched. Because this is no ordinary spider. This is the brown recluse spider, and they can appear at any moment. They inhabit many habitats, in forests, under rocks, and sometimes even in our homes. Especially regions like Missouri's Ozark Mountains, with their dense forests and abundant hiding spots, offer an ideal habitat for this species. They are typically found in old or fallen trees, particularly in the narrow crevices beneath loose bark, which create an ideal living space. Spotting this spider isn't always easy, so you need to pay close attention to the details to identify it. Now let's move on to its physical characteristics. Their length averages between 0.24 and 0.79 inches, though some individuals may exceed these measurements slightly. Females have a larger build compared to males. In males, however, the legs appear longer and thinner relative to the body. This spider's eyes are one of the most distinctive features that set it apart from other spider species. While most spiders have 8 eyes, the brown recluse spider has 6 eyes, and unlike other spider species, these eyes are not arranged in a scattered pattern. So why does it have this eye structure? Because this spider species is not an active hunter. Therefore, in terms of vision, it focuses more on movements in its surroundings and is highly sensitive to vibrations. It struggles to see details, which is why it prefers dark environments. The violin-shaped mark on its back is one of the most distinctive physical features that sets it apart from other spider species. This mark is located where the head and body meet and is usually dark in color. In fact, this violin-shaped pattern has no direct function. It plays no active role in either hunting or defense. This marking may not always be clear. In some individuals, the pattern is fainter, which makes identifying this species even more difficult. But what makes this species interesting isn't just its appearance. The secret lies in the biological effects of the venom at the tips of its tiny fangs. What truly makes this spider remarkable is the substance it secretes. Unlike other venomous creatures, it affects cellular structure directly rather than the nervous system. In other words, the effect begins not with an immediate reaction, but with cells gradually losing their function. An enzyme called sphingomyelinase D, present in the venom's composition, affects the outer structure of cells, leading to structural changes. Often, this effect isn't immediately apparent. No visible changes are noticed in the first few hours, but over time, it becomes more pronounced in the affected area. This system is also used during the feeding process. After capturing its prey, it doesn't consume it immediately, but first begins to break down the prey's internal structure using the enzymes it secretes. During this process, the prey's internal structure transforms and eventually becomes easier to digest. However, this species is not an aggressive creature. It generally avoids humans and only reacts when it perceives a threat. What do you think is the most striking feature of this species? I'm eagerly awaiting your comments. Another interesting feature of this spider species is its incredible resilience when it comes to survival. Under suitable conditions, it can go without food for weeks, even months. This period can sometimes extend up to 6 months. So, how is it possible to go without food for such a long time? Behind this lies a highly efficient metabolic system. When it is not moving, its metabolism slows down, and energy consumption drops significantly. This allows it to conserve its existing energy reserves for a long time. Another interesting feature is its reaction in moments of danger. When caught, it may resort to a different method to survive. If it is grabbed by a leg, it can leave that leg behind and escape. This behavior is called autotomy. In moments of danger, these mechanisms kick in, and the leg detaches in a controlled manner. However, there is a cost. The severed leg does not regrow. All these characteristics demonstrate just how survival-focused this species is, and this influences many aspects of its behavior. One of these is the way it uses its web. Technically, the brown recluse spider does produce a web, but it doesn't use it for hunting like other spiders do. The reason is that its hunting method is different. While most spiders rely on sticky webs to catch their prey, this species operates by hiding and waiting for the right moment. The webs it produces are therefore different. Instead of symmetrical sticky traps, they have an irregular horizontal structure. These webs are not designed for catching prey. They are used primarily for resting, hiding, and protecting its eggs. When hunting, it does not rely on a trap. Instead, it moves toward its prey with a short, swift motion. Its strategy is not to set traps, but to move and use the right timing. All of this demonstrates just how focused this creature is on survival. Despite its small size, the brown recluse spider is a highly effective creature in nature. Its ability to hide, its unique hunting strategy, and its distinctive characteristics are the most important factors that set it apart from other species. Moreover, these traits do not act alone. They work together. Each one is a piece that increases its chances of survival. Our next stop: the shores of Hawaii, turquoise waters, a seemingly calm ocean. But within these waters, a nearly invisible creature glides by. So, what is this nearly invisible creature? I'm looking forward to your guesses in the comments. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and like.